Again, I want to thank everyone for coming on the call. You were invited by someone who loves and cares about you because the information that they're sharing and that you're going to hear tonight is truly life-changing. You saw the invitation. It said you're going to hear about a gentleman who spent over 20 years of his life and $5 million of his own money, and he turned it into a $600 million enterprise. And you can only do that if you have something that is truly working, and that's what we're going to talk about this evening. Again, my name is Derek Hawks. I am your host. I'm going to be talking about a company called LifeWave, a product that's ahead of its time. Just imagine if you could harness the power of light and use that to heal your body and to change your life. So we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about your wealth. Now, when I say wealth, I want you to think of the word health, because health is your wealth. Because if you had $1 million, but you're on medications, you're constantly going back and forth to the doctor, you're constantly in pain, you can't enjoy the company and people that you love and care about. You're walking around with the aid of canes and walkers and wheelchairs and all those things. Would you rather have $1 million and have that situation, or would you rather just have your health? Well, I would definitely choose my health because that is my wealth. But what if you had an opportunity to have both? What if you had an opportunity to have your health, to have ultimate health, as well as your wealth? Well, you're going to have that opportunity today. I'm going to talk about that. Let me go ahead and get started. Again, thank you guys for joining us this evening. What you're going to hear about is literally life changing. I like to start my presentation by asking a simple question: have you been patched yet? And if you have been patched, you're already excited. I know that you're here because you love what we talk about, but you also invited some people because you care about them. Because if you have not been patched yet, I have one guarantee for you. By the time you hear the end of this presentation, you're going to want to immediately contact the person that invited you. You want to get your hands on these patches, and I'm going to tell you why. Because these patches actually help you elevate, activate, and regenerate something called your stem cells. Now, you might ask, you might have heard about stem cells. Some people know what that is, some people don't. But the bottom line is, why is that important? Because by the time you turn 30 years of age, half your stem cells go dormant, they're inactive. And by the time you turn 60, guess what? Nearly all of your stem cells are inactive. And why is that important? Because your stem cells make up the tissues and organs in our bodies. They are the body's intended repair system. So again, if you think about it, I can remember as a child, if I broke an arm, I would go into a soft cast and I would be out in a week or two. I'm out of the cast and I'm back to normal. If I got a scar or bruise, I got cut, it seemed like the scar disappeared because of my age. So when you're younger, your stem cells are very active. But you notice between the ages of 30 and 60, you might start to notice some things. You might ache a little bit more. Things that used to be able to do, you can't do as much. Pain, you have a lower tolerance for pain. If you get an injury, again, that injury sometimes becomes permanent. I can't tell you how many friends I have that are getting knee replacements, hip replacements, and it seems normal for our friends to walk around with canes and walkers in the system. But I remember growing up, I didn't see a lot of people with canes and walkers and things of that nature. That is because, again, the less active stem cells we have, the slower we heal and the faster we feel the effects of aging. That is why you have people, again, who actually look younger than they are, and some people look older than they are because of the effects of aging our stem cells. Now, millions of people are experiencing the effects of aging. You know people that go through these challenges again, but everyone is going to go through this process. So we're going to talk about something called X39. And why X39? It's called X39 because there were 38 trials or attempts to come up with this technology that has truly been life-changing. And guess what? When they got to trial 39, it simply worked. It simply did what it was supposed to do. And again, for those of you who are not familiar with the stem cells, again, you might think about stem cell injections. That became popular years ago because people would actually take the organs, or they would take the harvest other organs, and they would actually inject the stem cells in someone's knee or shoulder or wherever they had pain. And there were a lot of challenges with stem cell injections. One, they're very expensive. They can be anywhere from $5,000 to as much as $50,000 for one shot. It's supposed to last for 6 months. However, again, there's no guarantee that's going to work. In some places, it's illegal, and some people literally have to go out of the country just to get a stem cell injection shot. And guess what? It's not covered by any medical insurance at all. So again, you're really taking the chance. And again, it's only a localized treatment. So if you're doing it for the knee, it's only going to affect the knee. If you're doing it for the shoulder, it's for the shoulder. However, we have a technology that is literally changing the game when you talk about stem cell and stem cell technologies. And I'm going to get right into how that is changed. Now, the X39 is actually a proprietary form of phototherapy. Phototherapy is not new. Phototherapy, if you think about how we get vitamin D from the sun, When we walk out in the sun, infrared light hits our body and wakes up the vitamin D that is already in us. So again, phototherapy is not new, but this form is a proprietary form because it was discovered by a gentleman who I'm going to introduce you to a second. Again, it's proprietary. That means, well, you can only get it through LifeWave. It's a phototherapy, and again, it's patented nanocrystal technology. Patented simply means it does what it says it does. As you know, you cannot get a patent for something if it doesn't do what it claims to do. It's a nanocrystal technology. Nano simply means small. Crystals, again, is ingredients which include organic salt, sugars, and plant-based ingredients. It's non-transdermal. Transdermal means penetrate your skin. Non-transdermal means it does not penetrate the skin. It reflects light to activate what's called something in the body called a copper peptide. Now, copper peptide is a protein in the body, just like collagen is a protein in the body. In fact, collagen is your most abundant protein in the body. And it works just like the sun, like the example I just gave you. Just like the sunlight hits our body, infrared light wakes up to your vitamin D. The vitamin D is already in us, it's already God given. What this patch does, it reflects light because our body, we are light beings. Our body's made of light, heat, and energy. And what this patch does, the way it's designed, it reflects light back into our bodies at a certain frequency, and as a result of that, it stimulates the skin. And when it does that, it sends biochemical signals to the rest of our body to say, hey, let's go to work. The great thing about this product, there are no drugs or chemicals, so you don't have to worry about dealing with the pharmaceutical cartel. That's right, I call them a pharmaceutical cartel because they recommend drugs and treatments for people. And when you think about the drugs that are recommended, some of them are worse than the thing that you're dealing with. I was watching the commercial the other day, and one of the side effects was actually you can get cancer. I've seen side effects where you can actually get a heart attack. You can die. I don't know about you, but when you look at those commercials, what the big print giveth, the small print taketh away. Again, it's 100% non-invasive, does not penetrate the skin, but it does what it says it does. As I talk about these products, LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. It simply stimulates the body, and the body goes to work. And that's the beauty of it. Now, here's the gentleman who created and this particular patch. His name is David Schmidt. And as you see, he's the CEO and the inventor of this patch. He could have sold the company for billions of dollars, but he's a man of faith. He wants people to benefit from it. And if you know what happens when Big Pharma gets their hand on something that works, it prices out of the people who need it the most, who can't afford it. Now, it says he has over 130 patents, but he has over 200 patents to date. He's a scientist and inventor. He specializes in age reversal technology. In fact, out of the over 200 patents that he does have, over 70% of them are committed and dedicated to age reversal technology. This is not Dave's first rodeo. Dave, over 21 years ago, was hired by the Navy SEALs because they came up with the new submarine, and they wanted the Navy SEALs to stay alert for more than 36 hours without having any crash, without having any side effects. So they didn't want any drugs, they didn't want any type drinks, they didn't want any chemicals or anything to go into the body. So he created his first patch, which was an energy patch, over 21 years ago, and he's been at it nine since. But now in 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research because stem cell was the buzzword back then. Everybody was talking about stem cells and how you can use it. Uh, he actually spent 10 years and $4.5 million of his own money to bring it to market. Now, just imagine somebody spending that amount of time to bring something to market. Now, it's a patented technology, and here's what it says. If you want to read the patent, we'll make it available to you. It's a wearable phototherapy apparatus that produces beneficial effects to the body, such as activation of stem cells. Remember, that is what we're here to talk about, the activation of dormant stem cells, improvement in strength, improvement in stamina, pain relief by a non-transdermal container. The patch looks like a bandage. The apparatus reflects or emits specific wavelengths of light to elevate something in the body called a copper peptide, or GHKCU. For those of you who, like me, I'm an engineer by trade, and we like to do research. If you want to know what the copper peptide is, look it up as GHKCU. It is called the holy grail of copper peptides and proteins because it was discovered back in 1973 by another scientist. His name was Laurent Picard. Lawrence spent his life trying to find a cure for cancer because at the age of 5, his grandmother got cancer. She passed away from it. His mother was devastated. So he made a promise to his mother. He said, I'm going to spend my life and find a cure for cancer. Now, he did not find a cure for cancer, but he is the one who discovered the copper peptide GHKCU. And he discovered after praying about it, because again, he came from a family of over 15 ministers. They told him, when you get to a point where you're not sure and you don't have the answer, always pray to God and he will give you an answer. And that is how he discovered the GHKCU copper peptide. Now, here comes David Schmidt, another gentleman who spends his life trying to figure out ways to help people. And he picks up where Lauren Picard left off. And he discovers, again, after 10 years and $5 million of his own money, he discovers X39 after 38 trials. And he figured out how to activate dormant stem cells, which is what Lauren Picard actually discovered. He said, if you can activate your dormant copper peptides, it will wake up your dormant stem cells. Now, some people might say, isn't it ironic that you have two men of faith who actually spend their life trying to find cure to help people? The first one figures and identifies the copper peptide. The other one is the one who creates X39, which has to activate dormant stem cells. Now, you might say it's irony, but I can tell you that it's destiny. It's divinely ordered that this happens. So we're at the right place at the right time. And let's go talk a little bit more about this patch and I'll develop. I'm going to play a video. It's very short. It's about 90 minutes. So I hope you guys have your coffee and your no-dos. To be honest, it's only about 90 seconds. This video is going to give you a visual of what I just shared. It's going to kind of give you an explanation as to how phototherapy works and how this patch works. And after that, on the other side, I'm going to tell you how to get the patch, how to wear the patch, the benefits of the patch. I'm going to show you, you're going to hear some live testimonials. And for those of you who want to have both your physical wealth, which is your health, and your financial wealth, there's an opportunity for those who do so. And I would actually stick around to the last 10 minutes and I'll cover how you can do that. So let's watch this 90-second video and I will see you on the other side.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light that can promote a general state of health and healthy activity unique to each LifeWave patch. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared energy emitted from the body is reflected back into the body and then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy. LifeWave phototherapy patches promote an environment that enables the body to optimize its restorative energy and enhances your ability to live well without the use of harmful drugs or chemicals. To find out more, contact your distributor. LifeWave. Live long, live well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a simple explanation of what we just said. And just to recap, basically what this patch does, when you put it in your body, it actually reflects light inward at a certain frequency. And when it does that, it wakes up your dormant stem cells. And once your stem cells are activated, it goes to work. It seeks and destroys in the body those things that cause us pain and cause all kind of issues. Now, the benefits of X39, increase in strength, reduce inflammation, energy and vitality improves, you increase in stamina. Your mental clarity actually kicks in. In fact, I'm going to show you the brain scan of a 77-year-old woman who had migraine headaches for years. And I mean, it's debilitating migraines. And we're going to show you how she got mental clarity and how that went away. Restored muscle and skeletal conditions, improvement in sleep. That's one of the things you'll notice in the first couple of days. Improvement in skin appearance as well. Again, as I said earlier, LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. It simply activates your dormant stem cells and your body does the rest. Here is that 77-year-old woman's brain scan. They call it a topography map. And if you look at session one in the far left, you notice that she has very reddish areas. That reddish orange area represents what we call inflammation in the brain, lack of brain coherence. And look what happened. So the first session, they gave her a patch, they put it on the back of her neck. And she came back 3 weeks later after wearing the patch daily. And if you look at session number two, you notice that the inflammation is gone. There's no more inflammation. She has improved brain coherence. And after session three, which was 6 weeks later, she has a complete turnaround, better brain coherence. And again, that is what happened with her. Now, can we know that when she came in, her brain was hyperactive. Again, her brain actually calmed down dramatically after second visit and after wearing it for, again, 3 weeks. And after 6 weeks, it remained calm. And again, even though this is the brain, scan of a brain. I want you to keep in mind that our body is made up mainly of collagen. So if this represents the brain, guess what? This also could represent your heart, your liver, your blood, your bone structure, any part of your body, because our body again has an abundance of collagen, which is like the glue to our body. So what you're looking at not only represent the brain, it represents what's happening in the rest of your body. And that is why we're getting so many testimonies and so many people having the benefits of the patch. Now, let's talk about the long-term results of the patch. Within the first few days, 4,000 of your genes begin to reset. That is significant because there have been studies done about the benefits of drinking red wine. And they say if you drink enough red wine, you can actually reset 2 of your genes. Could you imagine how much red wine you'd have to drink to get 4,000 of them to reset? And again, within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. I just showed you physical proof of how that works. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. And after 6 months of wearing that patch, your heart reverses in age by approximately 8 years. And when I say 8 years, I'm talking about vascular years. We have 2 ages, as you know. We have our the time that we've been on Earth, what we call our physical age. So you can be 60 years old or 60 trips around the sun, as some people refer to it, or you can be somebody who's 60, but because you took care of yourself, you exercised, you didn't smoke or drink, you ate well. Again, you didn't have a lot of stress. You can go see the doctor and they can say you can be 60 years old in age, but your vascular age could be 50 or even younger, because that is a measure of how well your body functions, particularly through your veins and through your rest of the body. Or you can be the opposite. You can be someone who sat on the couch a lot, you ate all the fried foods and drank and smoked and had a lot of stress in your life, and you could be 50 but you look like you're 60 or 70, and that's based on your vascular age. So again, for every 6 months that you wear the patch, your heart reverses and vascular age by 8 years. It is not anti-aging, it's age reversing, and that is a comment, and that is a quote directly from David Smith, the inventor of the X39. Now, how do you wear the patch? Very simply, you wear the patch for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. As you note in the two diagrams, you can wear it just below the belly button or just behind the neck at the top, that top of the where the neck meets the head. However, that was done because when you do a clinical study and clinical trials, you have to be consistent from where you get the information. However, you can wear the patch anywhere in the body. So let's say you put the patch on at 8 o'clock in the morning, you take it off at 8 o'clock at night, and you discard it, and then you rest for 12 hours because your body repairs, rejuvenates when it's in the rest state. Put a new patch on the next day and you repeat it. Now you can wear more than one patch at a time, but generally you need just one. Again, it does with trick. Drink plenty of water, preferably alkaline water, mineral water, or water that has added minerals in it. But drink plenty of water. There's studies been done that in the United States, the majority of people are walking around dehydrated. That is why when you go into the emergency room, one of the first things they do is they roll you in and they hydrate you. Right. So that's important to drink plenty of water. It's gonna because water causes flow, movement. In fact, if you drink enough water, if you drink more water, a lot of us would be healthier just by the fact of drinking more water. Because even though we like Coke and Sprite and other drinks and sugary drinks and coffee and everything else, our body loves water. So you need to give the body what it loves most, and it loves water. Now, it sounds so sophisticated, it's simple to explain. So we're going to take a break. I'm going to stop sharing my screen because we have some people we want to hear some testimony from. In fact, we have a brand new testimony, just a few days old. I'm going to see if our guest is on. I'm looking for Miss Kay Rory. I'm going to ask Kay Rory. I'm going to unmute you. Give me 1 second. I got to find you first. It's Katrina Rory. I see you. So if you can unmute and if it's okay to come off camera as well, please do so. Miss Kay Rory, are you available?
Yes.
All right. Can you share your camera as well?
I don't see the camera. I just see my name.
Okay, not a
Oh,
problem. Well,
yeah. Okay.
there you go. Go ahead. Hello and welcome. Go ahead and share your testimony with all our wonderful guests.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kay Rory, and I want to tell you how the amazing X39 patch is working for me. For years now, I have been having health problems. About 3 months ago, I was told by my doctor that my heart was really, really weak. So I have been going to him for follow up appointments, and he kept saying my heart was still weak. And I didn't know what to do. So one day I received a call from my nephew Emerson Gibson. He wanted to discuss the X39 patch with me. He invited me to a Zoom meeting. After the Zoom meeting, I signed up immediately. I used the patch every day for 4 days and went back to the doctor, and he did an echo. And the doctor looked at the results and he told me my heart was normal. I said, "What?" He asked me what was I doing. I told him about the patch. He said, "Keep using it." The whole doctor's office was amazed. And I'm just letting you all know, don't hesitate. Get the patch. It really works. I cannot wait to see what happened next. And I just thank you all for listening, but I'm so, so grateful for the X39 patch.
Thank you, Kay. We appreciate that testimony. Again, that's phenomenal. Again, we have these type of testimonies every day. And again, we have so many of them that we have thousands that have been recorded. So I want to thank you for that. I'm going to ask, it's Mr. Mike Huggins. If you can go ahead and unmute yourself, Mike, and give us your testimony. Mr. Michael Huggins, if you can unmute, we appreciate that.
Yes, Derek, thank you for allowing me to give my testimony this evening. I've been on the X39 patch for about actually, it's been 2 years now. And let you give a little history. Played basketball well into my 50s with my son. And, as you do that, your body gets all jacked up. But I'm legally blind. And when Mr. Hawkins introduced the X39 patch to me and I listened to the science behind it, I said, I'm all in. I have nothing to lose because all the doctors tell you about glaucoma is that they have no cure. So on the first day I got my patches, I put a patch on both temples. So I'm ready. At the end of the day, it was not the one patch wonder that I was looking for, but what I had decided to do was chart each and every day that came through. And on that first day, at the end of the day, when I went to bed, I said, wow, it didn't help my eyesight, but that first day I had 6 bowel movements. It wasn't diarrhea, straight poop. I was like, wow, I said, this patch is smarter than I am. It's finding out what I need to get done first, and we'll see where it takes me. The next few days, my plantar fasciitis stopped hurting. My left ankle, which was swollen and hurting, the swelling went down. I've had both knees surgically repaired and replacement surgery. And even after the surgery, you still have a residual pain. I have no pain in my knees any longer. When I used to get down on the ground to do, some sit-ups and push-ups and other things, I thought I was going to need hip replacement surgery. I have no pain there. I have no pains in my lower back. I used to have to shave every 3 days. Now I have to shave every day because the hair on my head and face grows back that fast now. My nails grow back stronger and harder. 2 years prior to moving to North Carolina, I visited North Carolina, and for some reason, I developed allergies at a late stage, and I was taking Benadryl and Allegra as if I was eating Skittles. That's how bad it was. Since using the patches, I have not taken any allergy medication at all. Right now, my body's pain-free, and the only medication that I do use is for my glaucoma. Um, when I talk to people about the patch, I tell them healing occurs over time, not overnight. And I tell them the patch is smarter than we are. Just like COVID went into our bodies and it sought out the most vulnerable parts in our body and attacked that. This patch is going to seek out what's most vulnerable in your body and tend to repair that. So if for the first time or how many times you put it on and you don't feel something, it might be repairing your heart. It might be repairing your liver. It might be repairing your kidneys. but trust in it. It might uh, lowering your A1C, your diabetes. But trust the patch is working, as he said. It's going after, it's stimulating those 4,000 cells that it does. So I'm in it to the end, and I'm sure that after with the complications that glaucoma poses, it is going to it's going to cure this glaucoma. Mr. Hawkins, I turn it back to you.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. And again, let me just put everybody on mute. I had problems with my camera earlier, so you couldn't see me, but you can see me now. Again, so let me go ahead and reshare my screen. Again, thank you. We have literally thousands of testimonies, which you hear just again, and the things about the testimonies, the longer you with it, Pastor, the more you start to see the benefits and effects of it. So let me go into now the part of the presentation again for those of you who are, if you're so inclined, and you like an opportunity to add some extra income to your household, we can all use that. Let me go into, put on your, as I say, put on your business hat. Now, we just talked about your health freedom. We are on a mission. Our mission is we want to eradicate bad health and bad debt in our communities. And one way to do it is to get people off of medication. Another way to do it is get people out of pain so they can work on things that are important to them. To get rid of what we call lifelong illnesses. Again, so you have an opportunity now because you heard about the X39. You no longer can say it's a secret. You can no longer say you don't know. And if you truly care about people you love and care about, you have to share with them. It will be selfish otherwise not to. So we just share with you how you can have health freedom. Now, with health freedom, again, you also want financial freedom. There's a lot of changes taking place in this country. Again, prices are going through the roof. People can't afford things that they used to be able to afford. So they need some financial relief. It's not just another job. It's not the working harder, and it's working smarter. So we have an opportunity to allow you to have financial freedom by simply doing what we do. We use the patches, we give out samples, and we share with other people. And the company rewards us. They give us thank you checks and commissions for saying, hey, you're helping other people have success. Remember, David Schmidt could have sold the company for billions of dollars, but he knew if he did that, it would be out of the hands of the average person. So not only do you have health freedom, you have financial freedom. If you have both, guess what? You have time freedom. Maybe you want to spend more time traveling, vacationing, maybe you just want to help some people. Maybe you just want to go off into the woods and go hiking. Maybe you want to build and pay off the building from your church. Maybe you have a family that you know struggling and you could be a blessing to them. Whatever your goal is, whatever you want to do in life, you have an opportunity to do it here with LifeWave. So put on your business hat. And I want you to think about it. If you were to join a company, what would you look for? What would be the sign that this is the right place and at the right time? Well, here's some of the signs that I'm going to share with you. LifeWave is now it's actually a 21-year-old company now. They're in over 75 countries. They're actually more than 75 countries. And the reason that the company is having the success that it does is because it's not a me too product. It's not like most companies. It's not weight loss. It's not skincare. It's not supplements. It's not vitamins. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with those things, and some of them are quite good, but there are thousands of companies that have weight loss and thousands of companies that have skincare and supplements. You could even get supplements at your local gas station. So let me talk about the X39 and when it was conceived and developed. It happened around the time that COVID was hit us in the world. So talking about divinely ordered. Up until 2020, 21, the company averaged $20 million a year. In fact, in the first year of business, they did $17 million, and they averaged $20 million in the first up until 2021. And that is because most of the people involved with LifeWave were either doctors, medical practitioners, they're holistic healers, and they were simply catering to their clients. They weren't marketers, they weren't business and entrepreneur types. But that changed in 2021. And look what happened between 2021 and 2022. They went from $20 million to $320 million. And that all coincided when X39 was developed. And look what happened in 2023. It went to $430 million. And last year, LifeWave did over $600 million. That's over $500 million. And this year, they're projected to be over a $1 billion company. And those of you who are looking to generate some wealth, they pay out 60% of their revenue to those of us who share this opportunity with others. So 60% of $600 million was shared last year. And guess what? This year's going to be even better. So again, if you're talking about growth of a company, that's one of the best indicators that you're at the right place at the right time. Let's talk about companies' growth. The company was ranked the #1 company in momentum by businessforhome.org for 2 years in a row. They evaluate 6,000 companies in the direct sale and network marketing industry, and we were ranked #1 2 years in a row because of the growth that we're experiencing. The company again received what's called a Bravo Award. The Bravo Award is usually given to a company in its first 5 to 7 years of business because of their success. But guess what? We're a 20-year-old startup company because since LifeWave and X39 was developed, it grew like crazy. In fact, our company and our team is responsible for a great portion of why LifeWave is growing at the pace that it is. What you're looking at is an event that took place 2 years ago. That's not a company event. That is our team event. And we have another event coming up in about a week and a half in Orlando. We're going to go back to Orlando. It's going to be twice that size. And that's just our team, not the company. Okay. So again, what's important to you? Is it family? Absolutely family important to me. My faith, my family, and my fun, helping people. And those are the things that I did that I'm passionate about. How about time freedom? How many of you like some kind of security, some financial security? How about travel? How about better health? Again, that is your wealth. And how about less debt? How about all of those things? Well, guess what? As I said before, we're on a mission to eradicate bad health and bad debt in our community. And I'm going to have one of our leaders, a gentleman who's doing some great things, share why you should take advantage of it as well in a minute. Now, for those of you who want to just use the patch, again, you could order the patches and pay retail. But again, who wants to pay retail? Retail is $149.95 for a 1 month supply. A 1 month supply, you get an envelope, they call it a sleeve, and it has 30 patches in it. It lasts you for 30 days. However, if you want to get at the price that we get it at, you can become what's called a preferred customer. Preferred customer is somebody that says, hey, I want to set up an account. I want to put it on. I want to set up a subscription, and I want to get my patch every 30 days so I never run out. You can cancel it at any time. But again, as you want to get at the retail at the price that we get it at, become a preferred customer. Now, for those of you who want to go even further, let's talk about how you can generate some wealth in this company. Now, we have a compensation plan. We have actually 4 ways we get paid currently. That's going to increase to 9 when the company updates its compensation. But let's just talk about how we get compensated today. We get paid by using something called a binary. Binary simply means two. That means you have two, a left side and a right side. Think about a franchise. If you were to start a franchise, at least one person that's overworked, one person that's underpaid. Do you know somebody that's sick and tired of being sick and tired and hate their boss and their job? Do you know have any relatives who are entrepreneurial? Well, if you know at least 4 people who fit those descriptions, guess what? You put 2 of them on your left side and you put 2 on your right side and let them build their own business. And guess what? They have the same opportunity that you have to do the same thing. And they just repeat it. Now, if you do this and you meet this structure that I'm sharing with you, you become what's called a manager. That is the first goal in our company. That is the foundation for our compensation plan. And your goal is to not only get to manager, but to help those 4 people that you enroll, help them get to manager and help them get to manager. So what we do is we buy the patches, we share the patches, and some people want to buy the patches retail. And guess what? If you continue to do that, the company rewards you in commission. They call that team commission. Every time somebody orders a patch, every time someone signs up, what happens is you're accumulating what we call volume. Is being banked. So, and the great thing about the binary is it's not just you. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. For example, let's say that is you. Let's say your name is Anthony. That's you you just got started. You invite 4 of your people to join. Guess what? The person that invited Anthony to join is still inviting people to join on their left and their right team. So every time somebody puts the person above Anthony puts someone on their left team, guess what? Anthony's going to benefit from that because they're accumulating. So the great thing about this business is that we're all helping each other build. But again, as a manager, again, you can earn up to 1,500 a week. But if you continue to build your team, you can earn up to $25,000 per week in the binary. And again, we're not going to go into a lot of detail. Just understand this. If you're willing to use the patches, share the patches, sell some patches to those who want to purchase it, guess what? The company's going to reward you by sending you thank you, commission, and checks. And you can't stop it from coming because as people continue to build and share, your company, your group grows. Now, the only thing better than the binary structure is because it is limited to $25,000 per week, which is not a bad limit, is something called a matching bonus. And the way the matching bonus work, the company incentivizes us to share this patch with other people. Now, how do they do that? Anytime you enroll someone, and let's say you invited Mike to join. Mike is on your first generation, your first level. Whatever Mike earns, you're going to earn 25% match. So if Mike earned $1,000 this week, guess how much you're going to earn? You're going to earn $250 because you're the one who introduced Mike to join. So let me ask you, are you going to help Mike have success? Absolutely, because again, you're helping yourself. Now, Mike knows some people that, let's say Mike knows somebody named Alan. Alan is now on your second generation. Now, even though Mike enrolled Alan, guess what? When Mike is the manager, he's going to earn 25% of whatever Alan does. But because you introduce Mike, who introduced Alan, you're going to earn 20% of everything that Alan does. That's on your second level. Now, obviously, Alan knows some people that you don't know. Let's say Alan knows somebody named Emerson. Emerson is in the third generation. Guess what? Whatever Emerson does, you're going to earn a 20% match of what he does. So if Emerson earned $1,000 this week, you're going to earn $200 a week, even if you don't know Emerson, even if he's in a different state or country. But the bottom line is you have an opportunity to get compensated, what we call unlimited matching bonuses. There's no limit to how much you can earn because you don't have to share it with just one person. What if you shared it with 10 people on your first level and they all earn $1,000 this week? You do the math, 250 you would earn times 10 people or 20 people. But there's no limit to the number of people you can share with as well. The bottom line is you're going to get paid what we call pillow money. We call it pillow money because you're getting paid even while you're sleeping. Now, I have a question for you. I want you to think about this long and hard. If you knew you were getting paid while you were sleeping, how many of you would take more naps? Well, guess what? You can do that with LifeWave Unlimited Potential. There's several other ways to get compensated, but the bottom line is this: if you use the patch and you see the benefits of it, you know it works, you're going to tell other people. Because think about it, don't we tell people about any good experience we have? When we go to a nice movie, we recommend other people to go to the movie theater. A nice hairdresser, we tell people to go to that hairstylist. A good restaurant. But does the restaurant, the movie theater, or the salon call you back and say, "Hey, thanks for sending those people my way. Here's a check because you made us had help us earn income." Well, guess what? That's happens here. By you sharing with other people, the company's gonna reward you and say thank you for helping other people have relief. Now to get started, you can simply fill out a form. And again, we have a recommendation. Again, obviously you can become a preferred customer, but why become a preferred customer when you can be what's called a brand partner and have the same benefits? In fact, you have more benefits as a brand partner. As a brand partner, you can get a bundle. A bundle simply means you're going to get, for example, you're going to get a discount. So instead of paying $149 for a 30-day supply, you can pay $295 for a 90-day supply. You get 3 sleeves. You need one for yourself, you need one for your spouse or significant other, and you need patches to share. You heard the testimonies about some of that you heard earlier today. Uh, if Emerson didn't give his guest a patch, a sample, guess what? She would never experience it. And again, and now that's going into business. So you can get a bundle. You get 3 sleeves of X39 for $295. Or if you're more of a serious business person and you know this is something you want to do and build, get started with the advanced pack. You get 6 sleeves for $535. So you're getting a bigger discount by joining and getting the bundle, the advanced bundle. Or if you want to get the most popular pack, which is called a premium pack, you get $2,000 worth of patches for only $1,750. 1750. So again, you have the benefit again, and again, you have inventory. It's like starting a franchise. You never want to start a franchise without inventory. And again, that's the best way to get started. And you get it all at once. So again, you have a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee as a brand partner. And one of the things you have to do to be active, you have to have at least a monthly subscription of at least 1 sleeve. Now, 1 sleeve is $99 a month. You need that anyway because again, you need to use it. That is your health benefit. If you think that's too much, think about the cost of bad health. It's a lot more than $99 a month. So you need at least 1 sleeve. And what that does, that ensures that your volume is banked and growing. So that means every time you share the patch with someone, who shares with someone else, who joins as a brand partner, who shares with someone else. Everything they do is counting towards your volume and it's being banked. It's like putting it in a savings account and just waiting for you to collect it. And again, and you can earn up to $100 a week if you have at least a 1 sleeve subscription. But again, we recommend having a 2 sleeve subscription because now you can have unlimited income potential. You can maximize the compensation plan by having a 2 sleeve subscription. Again, not only do you keep your points, again, you get any other benefits. You get these sleeves for about $87.50 per sleeve. And if you retail it to someone else for $149, guess what? You earn $50 every time you do that. So again, this is a conversation. We go into a lot more detail in our training, but I want to see if one of our partners on the line. We have a gentleman. He's a global leader icon. His name is Dr. Anthony Stroman. He's in demand all around the world, around the country. Churches are constantly asking him to come to speak to his congregation about the two things that we pray about most: finances and health. Again, this gentleman, he's a hydration specialist. He's a financial guru. He's been in finance for over 30 plus years. I think he does everything but install kitchen sinks. But I'm gonna see if Dr. Anthony Stroman, are you still with us? Let me see if Dr. Anthony Stroman, are you with us, Dr. Stroman?
Hey, Mr. Hawkins, can you hear me, sir?
I sure can. Can you just share with us and take the time and tell us the importance and the benefit of being part of this wonderful opportunity?
Oh my God. First of all, let me just say this up front. Outstanding job, as usual, Mr. Hawkins. Outstanding job. And I want to congratulate these two powerful testimonies. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I want to recognize I got a couple of doctor friends on here with us tonight. So thank you, doctors, for hanging with us. But Hawkins, as usual, you did a fantastic job, buddy. So let me just say this very quickly to all of you wonderful people. I hope you paid attention and took notes for what Mr. Hawkins shared, and also hope you listen intently to those two powerful testimonies. Now, we are definitely on a rescue mission to save millions of people that are experiencing devastating health effects around the globe of poor health and debt and financial issues. We know what it is. It's many times, Mr. Hawkins, when I go to churches, like you said earlier, the top two prayer requests is health and finances. Now we have the solution, which is LifeWave. So if you decide, and life is about decisions, successful people are decisive people. If you decide to partner with this global movement, with what I call increased thinkers, you're going to be around some very powerful people that have your best interests. Because one of the things I know about prosperity, it works best in the right environment. So all of you who listening to under the sound of my voice and hearing Mr. Hawkins and these two wonderful testimonies, you have an opportunity. The byproduct is this: you have an opportunity to build yourself an empire because riches are within your reach. And with that being said, continue to live long and live strong. Back to you, Mr. Hawkins. Thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Stroman. I appreciate that. And some of you may not notice, but me and Dr. Stroman actually grew up together in the housing projects in South Jamaica, Queens. And I haven't seen Dr. Stroman over 40 years. And again, and this mission brought us together because we always had a passion for health and wellness, but we also had a passion for helping people. So when we joined forces, again, we've attracted some of the top people and around. Many of them on the call tonight. We are all in the same mission. We want to help people heal. We want to help people have true wealth, which is their health. Again, give me wealth, give me my health any day over money. Again, I can give me that and friends, and I'm good. So again, that's how you get started. For those of you who want more information, you want to do a deeper dive, go to thisisitinfo.com. Do not do a lazy Google search. There is for those of you, there's some marketing experts out there, and what they do is when they know that a company is hot, like LifeWave, they will put up a URL and you go do a search, and it will redirect you into another site. That's how they do. So again, save yourself time, effort, and energy. The testimonies are there. An explanation from David Smith explaining how he created the clinical studies, the trials, their testimonies by doctors. We have a lot of doctors who are doing this full time. Some doctors, again, because again, so many the results are so outstanding, and they're adding it to their practice. And we're talking about hundreds, literally, of doctors that are joining us. Again, for those of you who want to see how we operate and see the compensation plan in more detail, go to thisisitteam.com. That is our site. Just like any franchise, you have to go to Franchise University. If you buy a Burger King or Chick-fil-A, you have to go to Chick-fil-A University or Burger King University. And guess what? They have a system. They tell you, how long to leave the buns in the toaster, how many pickles to put on, where to put the shake machine, how long to cook the fries. They give you every detail in terms of how to make that a successful franchise. But guess what? We do the same thing. That is why we are the number one team and the number one company in the world. This is the team has only been around for about 3 years, and already we're responsible for a great portion of the growth of this company because we have a system. So all you have to do is plug in. You might have heard people say, in college, it wasn't legal to copy or was considered a bad thing. Well, guess what? You want to be a copycat machine. And they say if you're going to copy a copycat, just make sure you're copying the right cat. And we have the right cats. We have a tremendous team. So that's where you get the information. For those of you, we do have marketing tools. We have a nice index, a card where you can actually give people on one side it talks about the benefits of X39, on the other side it talks about how to wear the patch, and it has the link. It has the This Is It info site on this. So you don't have to say a lot. You just have to ask somebody what they know about stem cells. Whatever they tell you, ask them if it's okay if I send you some information about a truly life-changing technology. And again, it takes them 10 minutes to watch 3 short videos. After that, just follow up and ask them what they liked about what they saw. Then we do have an app. It's a phone app. For those of you who like to do things on the phone, we have an app that actually you can send videos and PDFs. You can track your customers and prospects. And it would even tell you if someone watched the video you sent. So again, it's a good tool, and they actually send you reminders to follow up. So we have tools to help you have success. And this is what you'll see. If you go to the This Is It team site, you will see a list of the presentation. We have a little 2 or 3 presentations every day. In fact, there is a presentation tonight at 10 o'clock. So for those of you who are on the West Coast or who are excited about what you hear, you can build your business tonight. And in fact, you can become a manager in a day. Just invite enough people to get on the call, and before you know it, you'll be compensated. And we get paid weekly. That's WEEKLY, not WEAK. Well, not WEAK, not the other weekly. They put it that way. Now, there's an event coming up, and we're all excited about it, just like that picture I showed you earlier. And when there was thousands of people in the arena, we have what's called the Next Level event, August 8th to 10th in Orlando, Florida. If you want to register, go to thisisitconvention.com. And for those of you who cannot attend, they did just release, they're going to have a virtual event. You can watch it virtually. Get back to the person that invited you. They'll give you the details on how you can register. You don't want to miss it. David Schmidt's going to be there. The CEO of the company is going to be there. The leaders, all of the leaders in the company, our team will be there, sharing with you how they have success. And there's nothing like being at a live event. And if you've ever been to an event, if you've been to a ball game, like if you watch the Super Bowl, it's nice on television on a big screen, but it's nothing like being in the audience, being in the atmosphere, feeling the energy. And again, it's just a different feeling. So if you can move some things around, it'll be worth your while, believe me. Now, before I close out, I want to thank you all for your time. Again, for those of you who are part of Erica McQueen's team, you know she has a huddle tonight. She has a special guest that's going to share some tremendous training tips today. So that starts at 9 o'clock. So if you didn't get the link, make sure you get it so you can get on that call. And again, get back to the person that invited you. And again, make a decision. If you see the opportunity, take advantage of it. And some of you said, well, you know what? I'll wait till I get home, or I'll think about it and think about it when I get home. Now, just 1 or 2 things usually happens when people say that. Either they never get home or they never stop thinking. So again, make a decision to join our team. Thank you for being our guest. And just remember this: withhold not good from those two that is due when it is in the power of thy hand to do so. Take care. Good night. God bless. And we'll see you all on the top of on the beaches of the world. And this is the This Is It team, the #1 team and the #1 company in the world. Good night. God bless.